Hello everyone. Now tonight I've got here my recent Blu-ray and DVD purchases for last month. Mainly over last month I ordered them over the last few weeks. So I've got about 11 to show you, but a couple of them, is it a couple of them? No, one of them is a multi-pack. The rest are just single discs. But I'll start off with the DVDs first, and I'll move on to the Blu-rays. So the first one I've got here is this one, which is Not Another Teen Movie, and this is the Unseen edition, which has got a few minutes of extra footage, a few minutes of more outrageous scenes and stuff. I haven't watched this version yet, so I don't know what it's like. I don't know what the extra scenes are or anything. I did see a version of this on Sony Movie Channel here in the UK. I'm not sure which version they showed though, but it did seem to have quite a few scenes in which could have possibly been the extra scenes, so they might have been shown this version, but I'm not sure yet because it's a while since I've watched the theatrical version. I wanted this on Blu-ray, but you have to get it from America on import, and it's about, well, it's over 20, well, it's around £20 delivered, roughly around £20 from the USA, and I didn't feel like paying that much for it at the minute because I've just been watching on the TV and stuff, so I thought I'd pick up the DVD. And plus I don't think the Blu-ray is the Unseen edition, the extended version. I think it's just the theatrical cut. I might be wrong on that. If anybody watching knows which version the Blu-ray is, the USA Blu-ray Region A version is it the extended version or is it just the theatrical cut? I'd be interested to know if you could let us know about that. But like I say, I got this one recently, and here's the back. It's got quite a few special features on. Excuse me. Hope you can see them okay on there. Just pause the video if you want to have a better look at them. But the thing is, this was only £2 delivered, and I thought to myself, like, why pay £20 at the minute for the same movie in slightly higher quality on the Blu-ray? Because let's face it, some Blu-rays are not that much better than the DVD version. Some of them are like really a lot better, but a lot of them are not that much better, especially on some of the older titles. So sometimes, you know, you're still sort of better off getting the DVD to save your cash flow, so to speak. Sometimes, you know, if you haven't got if you're not you know, you're not if your wallet's not bursting point, shall we say, you haven't got much money for that month or whatever, you're best off just picking up the DVD version. Sometimes you can get them cheap, like £1 or £2, £3 at the most. You save yourself a few quid, you know. And anyway, that's that one. So the next one I've got here also has not another teen movie in, but this one is a triple pack, and this has got the theatrical cut of Not Another Teen Movie in it. That's the one there in the middle. And it also has Evil Woman and Loser with Jason Biggs. Jason Biggs is in both Evil Woman and Loser, in case you didn't know. An Evil Woman in the USA was titled Saving Silverman. So if there's anybody watching from the USA, you might already know that this film is called Saving Silverman in your country. It's a really good film as well. All these films are really good, especially like Loser as well. Now, he said Losers there, that's an entirely different movie. So this is called the Flicks box. I got this second hand for just over £3 something. And here's the back. Just shows you the front covers of each movie there. It's a good set. It's got I'll just show you the inside, because you cannot get these other two movies on Blu-ray yet. Unfortunately, Loser's not on Blu-ray, and neither is Evil Woman, and neither is, well, it's not on Blu-ray under Savin Silverman title either. And these are nice flip type things, as you can see there. But none of them, well, the middle one's got artwork, but the other two don't. So that's that one. Like I say, these are all really good films, so they're definitely worth picking up on DVD, especially since you can't get these two on Blu-ray yet. I don't know if you ever will be able to, the way things are going with the physical media situation, with with HMV on the verge of closing down yet again in the UK. That's not going to help matters. So I hope things improve. It might improve matters because they're bringing out these Blu-ray retro VHS covers, especially in the USA. They've, like, Mill Creek have brought out a few of these retro style VHS covers where they've got a picture of the original VHS cover on the front, on the slip cover, with a picture of the tape sticking out the side, so it looks like the tape's sliding out the box, like sticking out the box. And they've got the original artwork that was on the original VHS releases, and I for one, am highly interested in those ones. Well, some of them anyway, because Sheena, Queen of the Jungle's coming out in February, and the film called Neighbours with John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, that's coming out as well, both with the retro VHS style covers. So I'm definitely getting those two. And also Who's Harry Crumbs coming out. You can already get it online, but the price is a bit high. When it officially becomes available for sale online, I think the price might be slightly lower. I'm hoping anyway. So that's just some of the ones you can get. And there's a few others as well, like Hard Bodies and Krull and a few others. Anyway, that's that one, a triple pack with Evil Woman, Not Another Teen Movie, the theatrical cut, and Loser. And the next one I've got here, I actually bought twice by accident. I already had it in my collection somewhere. I couldn't find it though. And then I found it the other day after I received this version. This other one. And this is Roadkill 2. The sequel, well, it's originally called Joyride 2. But here in the UK, for some reason, it's called Roadkill 2 instead of Joyride 2. It actually says down there in little print, also known as Joyride 2. But this is a really good movie as well, a really good horror movie. The sequel to Joyride, obviously, with Paul Walker and Steve Zahn. And I haven't watched this in a while. I'll have to watch it again sometime, obviously. And here's the back. All these Joyride films, well, I haven't seen the third one, to be honest. I've just ordered the third one on Blu-ray. And for some reason, right, you can't get this one anymore on Blu-ray. I think it was available from, I'm not sure if it was Germany or somewhere like that, but I don't think it's, I think you can still get it, but the price is like really high. But there's no copies of this in the UK on Blu-ray, and there's no copies in the USA on Blu-ray. But for some reason you can get the third one on Blu-ray from the USA, but not the second one. That's just crazy if you ask me. I'm not sure if the first one's on Blu-ray. I forgot to check, because I was mainly interested in the second one and the third one at the minute. I've got the first one on DVD somewhere. But like I say, these are all really good films, very tense and quite gripping actually. So I highly recommend you get a hold of these ones if you can. But that's Roadkill 2, original title Joyride 2 of course. So the next one, now this next one here, I picked up last week I think, in Asda for £3 on DVD. And this one is a horror movie called Scarecrow Rising. I nearly said Uprising for some reason. Scarecrow Rising. And I think it's something to do with a woman who's a DJ goes to stay in this old farmhouse out in the country somewhere, and there's a scarecrow, and I'm not sure, I don't know much more about it, I'm afraid, but I just read the back. There's not much, doesn't seem much synopsis on the back, like. But it sounded interesting, and it was only £3, so I thought, why not pick it up, you know? See what it's like, because I've got a few other Scarecrow films, including Jeepers Creepers 2 rather, where he pretends to be a scarecrow. I suppose that sort of counts as a scarecrow-ish type horror movie. Well, it's got scenes like that in it anyway. And there's the back. Don't think it's got any extra features or anything. But I don't know if this one's on Blu-ray. I didn't actually check. I just saw it for £3 and I thought, well, I'll try it out, you know. Could always get the Blu-ray later on if there is one at some point, if it's any good. But I'll check this version out first. I don't think it's on very long either. I think it's only like 86 minutes. Yeah, 86 minutes. And it says it's only in stereo, which probably means it's in surround 2.0 surround, not 5.1, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's Scarecrow Rising. And this next one is another double R I bought, but I bought this one on purpose. It's another copy of a Chris Farley movie that I showed in my last video, which is Beverly Hills Ninja, but this is the UK version. I decided to try the UK version to see if the picture quality was any better than the USA version, because this is a PAL version, and for those of you that don't know, PAL is technically higher resolution than NTSC format, what they use in the USA. So I thought I would see if it was any better, and it was only a £3.50 or something. It's got a different back cover to the US version, but it's still got no extra features on it. But it does have the 5.1 Dolby Digital sound though, which is always a good thing. And what was I going to say? Oh yeah, this doesn't have the full screen version on like the USA version. It only has the widescreen version, but it is anamorphic. So this is a good movie. If you haven't seen it, if you like Chris Farley, or you just like good comedy movies, this is a good one to watch. Good one to pick up. It's one of these films you can watch over and over from time to time, and I always put it back on, you know, because it's fun to watch, you know. It's one of them fun movies you can replay over and over. So that's Beverly Hills Ninja with the late great Chris Farley. Right now it's onto the Blu-rays, and the first one I've got here is a German import, and the actual title on the front cover is actually in German. There's no English title on it for some reason, because most of the German ones do actually have English, the title in English on the front cover, but for some reason this one doesn't. A few don't, most do. This is it's called You May Not Kiss the Bride, and I believe Rob Schneider's in it somewhere as well. And it's got who else? It's got Dave Unable or something. Unable, I don't know how you pronounce his name. And Catherine McPhee, and Rob Schneider, and Mina Suvari, Tia Carrera, and Kathy Bates. So it's got a good cast in it, that's for sure. So I was interested to check this one out, and I got this one really cheap off Amazon. It was only around £4 or less, something like that, from a company called Momox in Germany. So I definitely thought this was worth picking up. I've always wanted to see this film, and I don't think it's been released on Blu-ray in America, and it hasn't been released on Blu-ray in the UK either. You can only get it on DVD here in the UK. So I've hit lucky with this one, I think, picking this Blu-ray version up. And here's the back. Not much on the back. There's a few nice pictures at the top, but mainly text. I don't think it's got any. Has it? Has it got special features? Doesn't seem to mention if it's got any special features. Probably hasn't. Probably just the film, actually. But I don't know. I don't really know what this film's about since the back's in German, so I can't read the synopsis. So I'll have to look at the Internet Movie Database. But on the other hand, sometimes I like to watch a film, just put it on without knowing what it's about if the cover looks interesting. Obviously, I'm not going to watch a film if the cover doesn't look interesting. The cover has to attract me attention for us to want to buy, for us to want to buy it in the first place. If I can get my words out correctly. So that's You May Not Kiss the Bride on German import Blu-ray. Next one I have here is an action thriller with Danny Trejo. I think that's how you pronounce his name. And this one is Bullet. And Big Paulie reviewed this not long ago on his What's in the Poundland Bin segment. And he said it was pretty good. Even though he decided to put it in his Poundland rubbish bin instead of on his shelf. Like keeping it, he's thrown it away rather, well not throwing it away, but he's probably giving it away or selling it. But he didn't decide to keep it, even though he liked it for some reason. But he said the picture quality was top notch, I remember. And that's what made us buy this one, because I saw his review of it and I thought it looked interesting, and he said the picture quality was really good quality. The transfer and everything. So I thought I like Danny Trejo because I like the Machete films and the Desperado films, which he's also in, and a few others. So I thought I'd check this one out, but I haven't watched it yet. So it looked quite interesting, or it sounded interesting the way Big Paulie described it. And he has the back. Got quite a few pictures on there, as you can see. And this one's a Sony title, apparently. Yeah, Sony Pictures. And I got this one really cheap. It was only like £2 something. Even though it used to be in Poundland for £1 apparently. But you can't get Blu-rays in Poundland for £1 anymore. Because the sons of bitches have put the prices up to £2 per disc. Which is not good at all in my opinion. I mean, you can still get a few bargains, but it's still a step back over, isn't it? Considering they used to be £1. And when they were £1, they were mainly brand new. But now since they've put them up to £2, they're second hand, I've noticed. Replay discs. That's great, isn't it? Another step back over in my opinion. So that's Bullet with Danny Trejo. Next one I've got here is a sort of science fiction action movie, which I'm pretty sure most people probably haven't heard of, because I hadn't heard of it before I watched the trailer on one of the other movies I've got that was on the start. And this one's called Chronicle. It's about a group of I think they're teenagers, maybe possibly a little bit older, I'm not sure, who find this thing underground in this tunnel underground, like a huge flashing lit up rock type crystal type thing, and they put their hands on it, and then few days later or so they learn that they've got these superpowers, and they can move objects with their minds, and they can actually fly and all sorts of stuff. And they basically start using their powers to play pranks on people, like moving their cars, making things fly off shelves in shops, scaring the life out of people, pushing people over in the shop and stuff. And for one of the characters in the film, he goes off the rails because he's having trouble with his dad. His dad like beats him about a bit and stuff, and he treats him really badly. And he starts using these powers to do bad things and stuff, and it gets really out of hand towards the end of the film. I won't give it away, but it gets really, really out of hand, and the police come in and the fire brigade and all sorts of, and the TV news and all sorts. But it's a pretty good film. Like, I wouldn't say it was one of my favorites, but it was pretty good. And he has the back. I believe there is some special features on this, if you can read them there in the red bit. Once again, just freeze frame it if you want to see what's on there, because otherwise the video is going to be too long if I hold it there all night rather. So that's Chronicle, and this is on 20th Century Fox Blu-ray. Next one I've got here is another one that used to be in Poundland for £1, but I didn't get it from Poundland, obviously because you can't get them for £1 in there anymore anyway, and I don't think you can get this one in Poundland anymore unless they put it up to £2 in some of the shops. And this is a horror movie based on an actual place that does actually exist. It's based on a haunted forest in Japan. I think it's at the foot of Mount Fuji or something. I think that's what it said. Anyway, this one's called The Forest. And that's all I know about it, really. This woman, played by Natalie Dormer, I think she's called. She's famous for being in Game of Thrones, the TV show. She goes looking for a friend or somebody in the forest, and I don't know if she knows it's haunted or not. And she gets into all sorts of situations with the ghosts in the forest and stuff. But that's all I know about it, really. But the forest in real life is supposed to be cursed or haunted or something like that. But I thought it looked interesting from the cover, and I bought this off eBay for just over £2, second hand from Music Magpie. And the cover they were showing on eBay wasn't this cover, it was this picture on the back. They had a picture of the cover with this picture on for some reason, but they didn't send us that one, they sent us this one. Well, I'm not too bothered because I think this cover's the best, this artwork, but it's better than the other one, really. So anyway, that's The Forest, and this is supposed to have a top-notch transfer because it was shot digitally. You know, it was a digitally shot film. So usually when they shoot films digitally, depending on the way they shoot it, those films can look absolutely razor sharp, and the detail can be really, really high. And you can often tell digital films when you watch them, but some of them, they try to make them look like film, and they add some fake film grain onto the image and they soften the image slightly to make it look more like film. But some of them like to shoot them razor sharp and that and what have you. So this one probably, I don't know, I haven't watched it yet, so I can't say for sure, but it should be a good one anyway. It should be good transfer. So that's The Forest, and this is on Lionsgate. No, it's not. It's on Icon Entertainment. Sorry, Icon Entertainment. Right, the next one I've got here is a classic film. I think it's classed as a classic, and this is a film starring Jamie Lee Curtis, John Cleese, Kevin Kline, and Michael Palin, and this is none other than A Fish Called Wanda. This is the UK version, and this apparently hasn't been remastered, so I heard the picture quality on this is not very good, because I read the review on Blu-ray.com, and they said it just looked like an upscale DVD quality. So I haven't watched this yet, but my expectations aren't very high because of what they said about it, saying it just looks like an upscale DVD, and they said it looks a bit drab looking. But you can get this on a remastered version now, but it costs more money than this one. It was released by Arrow Films in the UK. I don't know if it's been released in the USA as well, because Arrow release films over there as well on Blu-ray, apparently. So that one's supposed to have a much better transfer than this one. I might get that one eventually if this one looks particularly bad. But this one was only £4, well $3.99 to be precise, off eBay. So I'll have to check this one out and see what the transfer is like for myself. And here's the back. It has got some special features on it, if you want to have a look, read them there. Remember, just freeze frame it if you want to read them. So a quick shot. So that's A Fish Called Wanda on UK Blu-ray, and this is also on, oh no it's not, that was 20th Century Fox, it's MGM, but it does mention 20th Century Fox as well on the back, so I wasn't that wrong. So anyway, that's A Fish Called Wanda, and this is the UK Blu-ray version. And the last one I've got to show you tonight is from the USA, and it's on the Mill Creek label, And it's not one of the retro VHS cover versions, although they might bring one out. They'll probably have this same disc inside though. And this is a horror movie from 1988 called Pulse. Now I got this one for £5 delivered from the USA. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard the transfer is pretty good on it. But it's only got DTS HD Master Audio 2.0 surround sound. It hasn't got the 5.1. So I often have trouble with them soundtracks, in particular on my surround system, because the music usually goes really loud. You know, and the dialogue's usually like quite a bit lower than the music. Really annoying, like. But anyway, like I say, this is on the Mill Creek label. And the trouble is with these Mill Creek ones lately is that they don't seem to have scene selection option anymore. And they used to put scene selections on all their titles, even on the double feature ones with the two films on one disc. They all had scene selections on, I think, most of them anyway. And these new ones they're releasing haven't got any scene selections, so it's ridiculous. I don't know why they're doing that. They're just trying to rush them out as fast as possible, I think, and make a fast buck, you know. They should be treating them with more care and putting the scene selections on and a few extras and stuff, I think, anyway. But anyway, it's still not bad for a £5, that's for sure. And he has a shot of the back, some nice pictures on the back, plenty of colourful pictures there. Like I say, there's no extras or anything to write home about on the disc or anything. But the transfers on some of these Mill Creek ones are really good, actually. And like I said earlier, I'm really looking forward to getting Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, and Who's Harry Crumb, and Neighbours on the retro VHS cover versions. I'm definitely going to get those ones at some point. But anyway, that's pretty much it for tonight. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. And if you have, as usual, can you please give us a thumbs up? But if you haven't enjoyed it, obviously give us a thumbs down. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. And if you've got anything to say or ask us or anything like that, please feel free to leave a comment below this video. So I'd just like to thank everyone for watching this video. Thank you very much, and I shall see you on the next one. So bye for now. See you later.